I have to show you this.
First time you said the words ceasefire to Prime Minister Netanyahu?
The first time was probably when he moved really hard on the Philadelphia line and took out a hospital. Now, it's true that Sinwar and those guys were hiding beneath the hospital. The thing about Hamas is they had all their facilities underneath schools, hospitals, churches. I mean, you know, so you...
Bro, you are such a piece of shit, dude. Like, even after all of this countless damage has been done, this decrepit monster is still using the last remaining processing power he has in his mind before it shuts off to actively lie at the behest of the apartheid genocidal state. In his dying breath, he's gonna be like, I'm Israel, hi, Jack. In his dying breath. It started off with a lie, 40 beheaded babies, and it's still ending with a lie.
And to get them, you had to take people out. Let me put it this way. When I went to Israel, immediately after their attack by Hamas, 8 days later, whatever it was, and I told them we were going to help. And I said, but Bibi, I said, you can't be carpet bombing these communities. And he said to me, well, you did it. You carpet bombed, not his exact words, but you carpet bombed Berlin. You dropped a nuclear weapon. You killed thousands of innocent people because you had to in order to win a war. I said, but that's why we came up with the UN. New deals by which what we would do relative to civilians and military.
So he was...
Well, you did it, so why can't I? Is a crazy, childish way to approach this subject. I just know how much worse things are going to get under Donald Trump. But every time I hear or see stuff like this coming from a prominent Democrat, the previous administration's leader, I think to myself, it is virtually unconscionable to vote this back into power. To reward this with a second term is so insane to me. And I know the alternative is going to be worse. So far, that's not the case, but it will be day one. Just wait. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Woo, accelerationism is so funny to say because it's the Democrats and their incompetence that is accelerating us towards fascism. You can't say woo, accelerationism when you hear me say this, when simultaneously the Democrats that were the party that were pushing on October 6th, one day before October 7th, a new bill that would actually fund the border wall. And their message going into the election campaign was, we are the border party. The Republicans are actually incompetent and don't truly want a border wall. Who do you think is accelerating America towards fascism? The supposed counterbalance to fascism that defends fascism tooth and nail, or a Twitch streamer that wants the Democratic Party to be competent, that wants the Democratic Party to be anti-fascist, that cannot comprehend how far right they have become as they endlessly supported a genocide with our tax dollars. It's insane, man. It's insane. Just wait till you listen to what his justification that Bibi gave him was, which he basically summarized earlier.
Was comparing 21st century war tactics, battle tactics, with World War II.
Well, what he was really doing is he was going after me for saying you can't indiscriminately bomb civilian areas, even if the bad guys are there. Even if the bad guys are there, you can't take out 2, 10, 12, 1,500 people, innocent people, in order to get the one bad guy. And he made a legitimate argument. His perspective said, look, these are the guys that kill my people. These are the guys that are all over in these tunnels. Nobody had any idea the miles of tunnels are down there. It's amazing what they built. And they're sometimes 200 feet under the ground. Well, the way to get to them is take out the places where they were under which they got to the tunnels. And so that's the first time I had the discussion about bombing civilian areas was when I went over after the 9/11, after the.
That right there is an endorsement and an admission that is a direct violation of American laws and international human rights. The President of the United States of America said that our foreign ally leadership told me, well, they're the bad guys. They killed our people. So I said it's okay that you use bunker buster bombs on top of refugee camps, on top of hospitals, on top of schools where people were sheltering. There was never a moment where Biden was at odds with Benjamin Netanyahu. Make no mistake. That's precisely the reason why, in spite of Benjamin Netanyahu routinely making a mockery of Joe Biden over and over again, very deliberately, as I covered every single day, day in, day out, he still kept sending billions and billions of dollars of weapons. Okay? Nonstop.
Yeah. The massacre that occurred.
So on that first trip, 10, 11 days after October 7th, you already raised the issues of how to get to a ceasefire.
Well, not a ceasefire, how to prevent innocent death.
Yes.
And then I pushed really, really hard for more humanitarian aid to go in and ways to get it in. And Bibi, look, in fairness to Bibi, he's got a tough coalition too, man. He's got the most conservative cabinet of any Israeli prime minister ever.
With that, did you have reason to believe that the prime...
Dog, that didn't materialize. He built it. Wait, what? What? He made the coalition. Is this guy crazy? What's happening here? It's so wild to me that no one ever justifies left-wing action this way. Oh, we got a tight coalition here in the Democratic Party. We got a lot of progressives in this slim minority. We got slim margins here. We got to abide by their wishes. That never happens. Tight coalitions and tiny margins only work in favor of the most far-right elements. Isn't that weird? Now I'm talking about American politics. Like, it's not even just Israeli politics. Just in general, in the Western world, isn't it weird how slim majorities, tiny margins, and coalitions that are put together with like ideological opponents seemingly only seem to benefit the far right? No one ever goes, well, the Progressive Caucus is a very important constituency, a very important coalition representing a very important constituency in the Democratic Party. This is why we got to do Medicare for all.